video. My name is Teddy. I'm outside and I'm talking in an ASMR style. So I said that I really wanted to come back today and I wanted to film at the park. Not far from where I teach, actually. A video I want to work on that I will eventually put out is talking about living in the community that I teach in. So sometimes a teacher will work at one school, but they live like far away or like in a different county or city or town. But I live and I work in the same place, in the same city, so I can never truly get away from work when I see people out and about. What's kind of funny is I might see somebody today and I am just fully ready to say that I'm making an ASMR video. So yeah, this is the same park that I made my second video in when I got Taco Bell, and I came and I talked about some things in my car. I'm very excited. I say that every single video, I think, but yeah, this has been great so far. So this is the same park. It is beautiful. I don't know if you can see behind me the lush nature of it all. It's beautiful, and there's actually a dog park back there. I don't think you can see any dogs or anything, but I'm sitting out in this giant open field. I've already had some people looking, and that's not to freak you out or scare you or anything. That's actually just kind of funny. I don't know. I was way more nervous, and I almost didn't come here today. So unless another day is to just do it, because I'm literally out here and no one gives a rat's ass. Anyway, yeah, I've been having fun executing ideas, and if you stick around, I'm going to be getting into how my day went. It is the first day of school. Well, hold on a second. It's not the first day of school. It's the first day of the second week of school. So, basically, nothing eventful happened. Surprisingly, I'm really surprised that today has been as chill as it was. I think this is going to be a great year. Dogs barking ASMR. I really don't want to edit or cut anything. I just kind of want to take in the ambiance of everything. So, what is going on? I don't want to come to the park all the time and then always ask what's going on. Like last time it was the man at the park when nobody was here, and now it's the dogs. And I'm gonna actually go back to my other thought, and maybe I'll ramble later about the park. We'll be back here for sure, I think. There is a dog park behind me, and I will cut any dogs barking out. Originally, I really wanted to leave everything in, but it got way too loud. So, today was the first day of school during the second week. So, like, the first day of the second week of school. And the reason why that's important is because this day typically is the day that you start to see behaviors, because kids need to remember, well, students, kids, whatever age you work with, they need to remember what the expectations are and the routines, and they can completely forget anything over a weekend. So I expected to go into today needing to do a lot of work, and pleasantly kind of actually is a little scary when things go well, because then you wonder why is everything working out in my favor? It usually doesn't. But yeah, just like going through routines and schedules, and like everything is normal. So any of like the first week fun is kind of worn off, and yeah, basically it went really, really well. So I have come to the park to talk about my personal pet peeves with teaching, and education in general. if you've noticed, I've kind of slipped in, like, random thoughts throughout these videos, and you can best believe that there will be more of these videos, and more thoughts and opinions. I'm gonna try to not cut, or like edit this, more of a laid back video, but there are people all around me walking dogs. There's dogs barking in the background. You can hear the wind. I'm actually really surprised I'm sitting under a giant tree. Maybe I can show you at the very end. I'll like tilt the computer up, but this park is lovely. I've been here before. I come rollerblading here, and yeah, if I turn and look a certain way, I'm not trying to look at anybody. I'm just trying to make sure the wind doesn't ruin the audio too much. Although I think it sounds okay. So we are going to continue with the video and pray for the best, Before I get into my personal pet peeves with teaching and education, which again, disclaimer, these are not personal, there's no one in mind. These are just things that have kind of come up, I guess, that are like reoccurring situations that are not about any one individual or individuals that I work with. It's just things that are pet peeves and are annoying to me. Anyway, so let me try to adjust really quick. I might have to come back here and not film and just hang out. This is really nice. I feel I'm sitting behind the tree so people don't see me, and then they walk by with their dog, and I mean, I don't think I look that scary, honestly. Like, I mean, I'm just here. Like, I don't know, there's nobody else like right in front of me in this giant field. And there's people walking all around, and then they just see a man behind a tree. So to go back to that thought, I'm gonna pick you up and bring you back to my prior thought. Homecoming is this week at my school, and I don't know why it's right now. This is extremely early for homecoming. Wait, I thought that was the wind. That's just a plane. It's just a plane. Alright, I am going to cut really quick, and I'll come back when the plane's over. Okay, so the plane has passed, and the dogs are taking a break from barking. So, I'm gonna pick you up and bring you back to that prior thought. I know I already did that, but like just to bring you back. Homecoming is this week at my school. It is early, so normally it's not until October or the last week of September, but we have a day off for some reason in late September. That's a mini pet peeve. I do not like days off in September because I'm fresh. I need that day later when I'm burnt out. Any other month will do, just not September. Like, I don't need a day in September at all. I'm fine. So, homecoming is this week, and I could make a whole separate video. That's actually why I'm wearing this shirt. So I'm wearing a Green Bay Packers shirt, and it was given to me by my grandpa before he passed away. So I appreciate that. Shout out to grandpa. Okay, so Monday, which is today, you probably won't see this video until Thursday, but it was Minnesota Day, which is so Minnesotan, like, let's have a Minnesota Day. And so you had to wear Vikings, Timberwolves, or Gophers gear, and I just didn't feel like digging all my stuff out because all my like sports stuff is away. I think I put a lot of school stuff away for the summer. So this is like laying around because I love this sweater. So yeah, I wore it to school, and I felt like such a pick-me girl. Look at me. Like, I'm not like the other girls. I have a Green Bay sweater, and you girls are wearing Vikings gear. I told everybody that I felt like a fraud and a pick me, and I don't think everybody got it. Like what I was trying to say. But when I told people it was my grandpa's, everybody gave me a pass. So, yeah, there's a couple other days this week. I want to make a whole video, so I'm not going to get into the rest of the days. The homecoming days this year are way better than prior years. I like make the homecoming days fun again. Make the dress up days fun. Like, you could pick anything, and you know, sometimes it's not even the students' fault if they're planning it, because they have to abide by like guidelines and stuff. But there's so many days you could do. There's so many ways that you can spend money or not spend money on homecoming ideas and stuff. Really great dress up day, costume. This was fine. I think Minnesota Day is fun, and I think it's really funny, like, to be able to wear something that is not related to Minnesota at all, even though Wisconsin is a rival of Minnesota. You probably knew that if you live in the United States, but whatever. So I think this video, well, it's going to be about my teaching pet peeves, which I will get into. I just have to cut around loud noises, and that's not your job. That's not your job. That's not your job. It's mine. My job. So I'll try to make it as relaxing as possible, but at the same time, like, if I'm saying something that I think should be left in, I'm just gonna leave it in. And I'm at the park, you know, like, no one else knows what the heck I'm doing, so, I don't know. I can't expect anybody to be quiet for me. It would be really funny if, oh my gosh, wait, the train's coming back, by the way. I've been here so much, and the train never comes. It only comes when I'm filming, I guess. So you might hear the train, too. I really should have thought about the noises more, because there's a plane. Wait, trains, planes, cars, dogs. I should just keep repeating that, like all the sounds I hear. The wind, no. So yeah, I will do my best. And I know too that when I film, everything sounds really loud, and then when I edit it, it actually sounds way better, like in post-production. So let's get into my teaching pet peeves. This is a small portion of the list. And I have some Doritos that I'm eating from school. For lunch today, I had I ate orange chicken with rice. Do I want to talk about school lunch? I don't know. I really don't know. But I saved the Doritos from that meal and saved them for now. So, and I also have some water that I'm going to drink. So, I thought about going to Taco Bell. There's the doggies. I thought about going to Taco Bell, but if I get Taco Bell more than once a week, I kind of feel like I need to, I'm in crisis if I get Taco Bell like 2 nights a week. If I get Taco Bell like twice in a week, I'm in crisis, is what I'm trying to say. And like, I'm not in crisis, my stomach is in crisis. It's begging me for healthy food, or like to even try to cook something in the kitchen. So I wasn't gonna do that to you, and I wasn't gonna do that to me. I was not gonna do that to you. Yeah, so let's get into it. Teacher pet peeves from high school special education reading teacher. To preface, this is not about anybody I work with or certain situations. I mean, I've been teaching for going on 6 years, so this is like, I don't even remember half of what's happened at any time, which might be good for ASMR. And maybe when I get into these situations, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. But we're trying to keep it professional while also being chill and relaxing. So I will get into it in 1 second. So So we're back with the first pet peeve, and I just cut really quick to make sure that I got that clip. So my first pet peeve has to do with something that actually happened this morning, and I was like, wait, I need to add that to the list. So when I left my apartment this morning, there was a man that I had never seen before smoking in the parking lot, and I thought, okay, I don't know this man, but I feel like I need to say hi, hello, good morning to people. Like, if I pass you, I just feel like I have to. So I almost didn't say good morning to this man. He seemed very, aloof, because he was just smoking a cigarette at 7 in the morning. But something in me said, I need to say good morning. So I said, good morning, sir. And he said, good morning, how you doing? And I said, I'm great, how are you? And he said, good. I mean, he's smoking a cig. I guess he's doing pretty good. And that interaction made me put that on the list, because if I would not have said good morning, I wouldn't have created that interaction. And now when I see that man again, things are going to be less weird because he's not a complete stranger. I still don't know him, but I do think he's cool. I've never seen that guy before, but I feel like there's something there, right? Now, this translates to school because I hate when people don't say hi to you in the hallway, or say it back. And here's the thing, I'm not talking about when you've seen the person a million times. Some schools are set up where you're gonna pass somebody a lot. I don't care if you say hi to me once, or maybe I've seen you 5 times and it's like the 6th time that you say hi. But there are people that never ever say good morning, goodbye, or hello. And nobody ever says please or thank you. And I can't even think of one person, but I know that I've had days where it throws me off and I think about what is going on with that person. I know it's not personal and I know it's not me, but then I feel dumb if I say hi, hello, and they don't say anything back. Now, students are different because I work with teenagers, so there could be anything that happens, but adults especially, I'm like, good morning. I guess it's not a good morning. Why did they not say hi back? I don't know. I've really stopped taking it personally after the last couple of years. I never took it personal, it's not serious, and these people are dealing with a lot, other students and situations, and I know that, but it's just when it's a repeat offender that does not say anything back, and when you feel like they've seen you, it's one thing if they don't see you, but if they look at you and don't say anything, what is that? If you don't say good morning or hi to people, can you tell me why? Unless you're just in a really bad mood. Okay, what's so funny is I was trying to be very approachable with how I came at that, and even that felt a little mean for me, and that wasn't mean at all. Alright, so the next pet peeve, the wind is coming back. I love it though. My next pet peeve, I have some notes right here. I have a notebook and chicken scratch. Making sure my Doritos don't blow away in the wind. So, my next pet peeve is, this has only happened to me 2 or 3 times. When there is a situation, it could be serious or not that serious, but somebody, instead of scheduling the email for Monday when we're all coming back, they send a Friday afternoon email. And I'm not talking to one person. It's a Friday email that gets sent out to 10 plus people. And the situation could be really extreme. We could even talk about it later, but it's school's wrapping up, but we get this email 3 minutes before we have to leave. And then we all go home and we see the email when we get home because we were already on the way out of school. And then you read it and you're like, okay, this is serious, but what are we gonna do now? It's the weekend. And then one person responds to the email, which sets off a chain of events where people are adding context and clarifying and either advocating or defending whatever situation, right? And then you're stressed out the whole weekend. is stressful, and you're checking your phone and you're making sure that you respond to people that you need to respond to. And every single time this has happened to me, you get there on Monday and the person that sent that email has a completely different view of what happened. Something changed. They thought about it more. They didn't care when Monday came around. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I hate that. Schedule the email for Monday when we come back, because then we have the whole week to figure it out. It's not any more or less important, but if you schedule it, you can think about it and still walk in on Monday and not send it, or we can just deal with it on Monday. But why did I spend the whole weekend not being able to do anything? And I'm stressing. Just don't send Friday emails like 3 minutes before the bell, or like 10 minutes where we really can't do anything unless you're going to die or something. I don't know. But in a couple of situations, when that has happened, it was always okay when we came back, but people were so stressed the whole weekend, and they would say they were stressed. It's like, just please don't do that to your fellow teacher or case manager or whatever. Like, I don't know. I get that it might weigh on you over the weekend, but we can't do anything. Like, we're going home. Deuces. Okay, so I have 2 more for today because I wrote down 3 and I got 2 more. So this one is personal because it kind of affected me when I was a student. Not like really, but just when I first got to school. I cannot stand this one. This one might actually piss me off the most. I cannot stand when the sibling of a student comes in and everybody assumes that the sibling is like the other sibling, like the older sibling. The younger sibling is like the older sibling. I mean, I know that parenting has different effects on people, but sometimes, I don't know why. Don't ask me, I'm not the psychology expert, but different kids can turn out different ways for different reasons because they develop differently based on a factor of things, right? So, you know, I had a sibling that was more talkative, and I remember I got to some classes in middle school and they would ask me if I was talkative like my sibling, and I always thought that was weird because you just met me and you don't even know me and you're making assumptions. Assumptions will drain you. Assumptions are so bad for adults and for students. I just thought that was so annoying, and when people do that now, I will always give you a chance. And if you are like your sibling, then I usually bring that up, like, you're a lot like this person. But why are we assuming that things are going to go the exact same way, or we are the exact same personality? We possess the exact same personality traits because, I mean, I would talk in class, but it wasn't talkative per se. Anyway, that one is just kind of annoying. If they're like the sibling, that's great, but let's not put it out there that they're going to act the exact same way because they are their own person. And that brings me to my last pet peeve for the day, and I think that this video is going well. I hope that when I affirm myself that it's not annoying to the viewer or just to everybody out there, but it does kind of help me refocus and reset my frame. Alright, so for the last pet peeve, this one might take a little bit longer to talk about because it's nuanced, and this is not about work. Anybody I know, I actually have a positive shout out, but I mean, I'm not like naming people, I'll just give the example. I don't think that we should have phones in school, and I think that should include teachers. When I have brought that up in the past, I've been the enemy, and not even students around, like just teachers. When I brought up the fact that if we get those pouches, I would love to put my phone away for 8 hours, but teachers, I mean specifically, that is specific to who I work with, but they're like, well, what if this and this and this, but if you don't expect the kids to do it, if you expect the kids to do it, then they're not going to buy in if you don't do it. And we have phones in the classroom. We just wouldn't have our cell phone, and we can always unlock it when we need to. But people act like I've committed a crime. Teachers have acted like I've committed a crime when I say that. I would willingly put my phone in a pouch for 8 hours a day if the students did it too. And here's the bigger picture. I don't think that teachers should be doing social media in the classroom. And if you're mad at that, fight me in the comments. I've been responding to every single one. Sorry, my laugh is so ugly when I whisper, so let's just call myself out right there. So, why do I say that? So, I just don't think that we should be filming in the classroom for so many reasons. What did I say? Students are students first, and they're developing, but we already have so many issues. Broad scale, think broad, not me or the school I work at, but like the United States. We have issues right now. Well, we the younger generation coming up through the educational system, they are filming everything, and they are so afraid of getting canceled, literally for like responding to questions in class and giving an opinion. But fights getting recorded, other situations like vulnerable moments, they're already scared with their peers. I'm not saying teachers do that, but when like teachers are talking to students in the video and there are voices or even blurred faces, I just think it removes you from the setting, and it's almost like you're trying to do a job within a job. Right now, I'm just having fun. This is not a job, but if I was trying to make it a job, it would be okay because there's no kids here. I'm not a teacher right now. It's after contract hours, and I'm not even bringing up like work stuff, right? I'm talking about things on a broader scale that I'm passionate about and that I want to talk about because I can't talk about these things with everybody. I mean, obviously I told you I'm gonna get jumped because teachers don't want to put their phone away. And I get that there's good reasons for it, but like I would put my phone in a pouch in a heartbeat if it meant that we didn't have to deal with phones and filming everything. And it just goes back to that, right? That as a parent, you know, you as a teacher have a perspective, but parents have a different perspective, and that's their kid, that's not your kid. You can be like, that's my kid, that's my student, but it's not really your child, right? And especially, I saw a really good reel on Instagram about labeling kids with certain things, calling your student the... I'm gonna cut away and I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna hold that thought. I'm gonna hold it right here. Okay, release the thoughts. Calling a student the sped student, or like my bad student, or the behavior student, is really bad. People are not good or bad, but their behavior is, and I say that all the time. And kids, well, students, kids, whatever, they don't really hear that often because parents can say, like, you're a bad kid, but that is the parent's right to say, you're a bad kid, you're a good kid, you're this or that. As a teacher, you should always make it about the behavior, because behavior and people change, and anyone can change their behavior at any time. The issue is when things get recorded, that doesn't go away and people get stuck on that. It gets shared around, and I just don't think it's safe. Like, for me, it always goes back to you're there in the classroom to do a job with the phones out and bullying and the crazy things that kids say and how situations can get misinterpreted. I mean, I know for this that you have a camera to set up, you have a microphone, there's editing, like there's stuff that you could be doing, but you should really keep an eye on what is happening right in front of you. And that's not to say that you can't multitask, but I just think that I don't know, like, be a teacher, like me, right? Be a teacher, but just do it out of class time. Do it outside of class time. And that you're spending, there's reels that I've seen where there's skits, there's activities being recorded, there's just like talking, just random like me yelling at the kids or talking about this instead of being on the phone, even if you're filming, trying to use that to cultivate a culture of getting to know each other, playing a game, asking what's going on, and maybe learning something new that is not directly related to the academic. I think that's fine. Not everything in that 50 minutes or that hour and a half class has to be focused on the standard. If you did the standard, that's great. Then maybe try to learn something else. I've made the most connections, from various things, but also from those silly things that we did together when I wasn't on my phone. And I don't even like to be on my phone, like my cell phone for work. Like if I have to call somebody or get a pass or look up a schedule, I always say I'm on the phone for work, but I don't even like to do that anymore. I don't. I thought I had more to say about this, but I think you guys are getting a lot of train horn ASMR in the background today. It's just, I don't know what the solution is for teachers doing the social media thing, because I think that a lot of people misinterpret it as trying to get out of the classroom, but I know it's not that. That's a whole nother thing, but yeah. Hey, this is Editing Teddy Talks ASMR here. I totally forgot to mention my coworker who uses social media in a really fun, positive way while maintaining the identity and anonymity of his students. So my coworker did this really cool thing that I'm not sure if he's still doing, but he started a podcast with his students, and it doesn't show faces or mention names at all, and the students do lessons on social skills and like friendships and different things like that relate to the class. And it's excellent. I've listened to it before. They put it on Spotify, and everybody at the school knows about it. So I think things like that are totally fine, and I hope that if anyone finds this, they get to this part of the video. But that's totally fine. That's a great example in letting your students kind of have their identity and their say without completely putting them on the internet. Anyway, back to the video. I think I'm going to leave it there today, and if you are in education, I encourage you to just be careful with what you're posting and put your phone down. Alright, it's getting so windy, so I am going to get my bag of Doritos and I'm going to eat some Doritos. Sorry, I'm going to eat some Doritos and I'll be right back. What I meant to say is I'm going to eat the Doritos, actually. I don't know. I don't think it's that gross because they're just crunchy. I'm kind of surprised no one's come up to me yet. Alright. I just realized that I need to tell you about these Doritos because they're my favorite. And they come with the orange chicken at lunch. They are the spicy sweet chili Doritos. They make some people sick. They're my favorite. I think they're even better than Cool Ranch, and you can fight me if that will be an issue for you. Most of the hate for Cool Ranch Doritos would be how they make your breath smell. I don't know about these. Part of me kind of feels like I almost just spoke to you like in a normal tone. I forgot I was even filming. which is the post, for my sake. But part of me feels like I should have class here. I don't know. What do you think? Would you want to learn if this was your classroom? I'm just gonna be honest, I look like a barbarian when I eat. And I'm always eating. If they told me that I wasn't allowed to eat in my room, I would quit teaching. Is it cringe if I say that this is magical? It's a Monday, and I'm doing ASMR. It's something I've always wanted to do, and I'm doing it outside. At one of my favorite places in the community that I teach, while I eat sweet chili Doritos. This is kind of the outro right now. Are you scared of soft speaking? This is gonna be me just throwing it in. If I'm scaring you, I'm sorry. Now I really want more Doritos. I'm sorry. This was meant to be a little segment, and I want a full bag. I thought a bird was gonna attack. Do you ever have to stop and think about all the small things around you just kind of add up into a good moment? Have you ever thought about how I'm a really cheesy person? That's something with teaching, is I know that there's like cool teachers and stuff, and I never really want to be the cool teacher because I feel like that comes with things that I might get into later, not this video. But I'll get back into the whisper, but or not, I don't know. But I feel like I make a lot of connections because I'm so cheesy. I love saying the cheesiest, corniest thing to a kid and seeing how they react. Their reactions sometimes make my whole day. They make the whole job. Because I'm corny and cheesy, if nothing else. And that's a fun fact about me. I don't care. I kind of want to make a video about it, but I'm turning 30 in a couple months. And I've stopped caring about a lot of stuff, but in a good way. I think that's why I made this channel. Honestly. What does that tell you? I don't really know. As I'm like digging for Doritos. I'm like digging for Doritos right now. That's so sad. Okay, I'm not digging for Doritos. Well, maybe I should put my hand away. They fell on the blanket. I'm going to get my water bottle, and I'm going to peace out. Alright, I just ran out of water, so it's really time to go. So basically, I really wanted to, have some ice in my water to kind of swirl it around, to do that throughout the day. But I'm out of water, and I don't have any ice, and I think the container, it's like a hard metal, so it wouldn't have sounded good. But I would love to come back here with another Baja Blast because the ice and the specific cup it comes in, that sounded great. I've been rewatching that video from when I was here, and unexpectedly it sounded really, really good to me. Alright, so I am going to go because it's Monday and I have to edit this for Thursday. Editing for me is not stressful, so that's actually like a fun thing. Like I get to go edit this, but I should head home before it gets too much later so I can get some dinner and I can plan the rest of my homecoming outfits. Before I go though, I want to ask you, do you have any homecoming memories? Did you have a favorite dress-up day? How do you feel about the decline in cool homecoming days? Like the themes that you would dress up for. It's very far and few between now, I feel like, for like multiple schools from what I've seen. What are your personal teaching or teacher pet peeves? I hardly got into it. These are like at the top of my head. The top. I'm gonna have more, but like regretted this morning when I wrote them down. Listen, I hope you have a great night. I hope you enjoyed this video. The dogs say bye. The dogs miss you. They want you to come home. And yeah, what a great day. Things are going great. And this will go up on Thursday. I will say that I'm gonna upload on Mondays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. And there's going to be a variety of content, is all I will say. So listen, I have a question.